Get myself a spike there. You know what clapboard's for? So clapboard. Oh, okay. Good thing. All right, Brad. You can wait. So clapboard is it usually gives you your information about your scene and everything, so, which I don't really do for these because I try to do this in one take just to make it more like authentic kind of thing and more personal. But it's more for doing the clap, and that's why I wanted that camera to see it because that clap is what syncs the audio. Oh. So. Both these cameras have microphones, but the microphones like absolutely suck. So if I left these with these microphones, you definitely would hear that buzz. You wouldn't hear our voices very much, and it's really hard to get that buzz out and try to overdub it with music and all that. So you record with a separate audio gear, and then that way when you do the click, then when I go back to the program, it'll show me that spike. And all I gotta do is line up those spikes, and then audio sync.
Okay.
It's all tradition.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess. Anyways, I don't even know how to introduce these things, really. All right, so Kevin here from Rotty's Creations from somewhere. Here at a gaming table, we're going to be learning a little more about Magic. I have the deck that I opened up, the Veloci-Ramp-Tor or whatever it's called. I can't remember right now. And we're going to go through some of these cards with my good friend Stewart here. And we're going to figure out what a lot of these cards mean or what they are. So, to start off, we have a commander. Do you know why they would give me two commanders like this?
Most like that way you can actually choose which one you want to use. Either one works.
So it's not like one's more... Because, like... I thought like maybe like one would be like super valuable or something. Like I thought this one was because it's gold and everything, but
let's see
they're really not that different in prices when I scanned them.
Well, they are exactly the same. They're just different kind of artwork.
Yeah.
And this one does a little more. Like you're saying, this one here gives you a little more explanation of what that means. So it says, I'll read that here. It said, whenever Pentlaza, Sunfavored, or any other dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may discover X, where X is that creature's toughness. Do this only once each turn. And then it says exile cards from the top of your library until a card. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with that mana value or less. Cast it without paying its mana cost, or put it into your hand and put the rest on the bottom in random order. So that's what that Discover X means. Where X means you can whatever you want to plug into it. So if you put in like 6 mana, then you take the 6 cards. And then you keep doing that until you enter a non-land. And then once you enter the non-land card, you can actually cast that if you choose, or you can just throw it in your graveyard. Or, sorry, put it in your hand, and then the rest of them you got to put on the bottom of the graveyard. So you're choosing one card out of those.
Okay.
You draw.
Okay, so it just has a little deeper explanation then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, so I get to choose, so you basically just choose whichever one you kind of prefer kind of thing? Okay, so it's all personal preference for these two then.
Well, this one here, if you don't know what Discover X is, this one will explain it.
Okay.
That's what that part in the brackets.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is probably for a little more advanced players that know. Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes they'll give you more than one, or you can choose between them. Like sometimes they might give you a couple different commanders you can choose from.
Okay.
Sometimes, but not all the time.
And okay, so yeah, so we want to play with only one commander, so basically you want to choose just one of these. So we'll just stack them right there. All right, now we have a whole deck here. We're not going to go through everything, but at least go through. So from what I understand, land is obviously your basic card that you want to, mana.
Your basic land is this.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah,
So
this is your basic land. These are the ones here are special lands. So, like this one here, Thriving Grove, it comes into tapped. So when you're playing it, it comes in sideways. So you cannot use it that turn.
Okay.
So, and then at the beginning of your next turn, and you can do what's called an upkeep, untap, and then you play. So upkeep, you're untapping. Your upkeeping is certain cards will say upkeep, you do certain things.
Well, don't you always untap your cards when you first start?
When you
your
first start, you untap, unless the card says it can't untap.
Okay.
There are certain cards that say doesn't untap your controls next phase. So this one here, once it's untapped, but the thing is, it says, as this Thriving Grove enters the battlefield, choose a color other than green. So,
I bring that one out.
So let's say you're having your commander. See, this is a red, green, and white deck. Mm-hmm. So let's say you bring this out and you have your forest and your plains out. Your green and white, but you don't have any mountain. So you can say, "Oh, I choose mountain."
Okay.
So then that is your red. So whenever you tap this, you can choose. You tap it, which means you turn it sideways. So using that mana, you can either use it as a forest, or you can use it for what you called mountain. And then that's the case, and you can tap two other mana. Doesn't matter what color they are, because that circle, the gray,
that's colorless, right?
Colorless.
Okay, yeah.
And then you can tap those other two lands, and counter that. Okay, and then you can bring out your commander.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for anyone who wants to know like what untap or tap means, from what I understand, when you play cards, so when you enter a card or land on the thing, the land doesn't come tapped. Only that.
Unless they say tapped, it comes tapped. Otherwise, they come into play face up, and you can use it.
Okay, yeah. So tap means you're using it for something. So if I want to tap this in order to bring, say, like I want to bring this guy on. I had two other cards. Tapping is when you turn it sideways. That means it is being used, and you cannot use it anymore in that turn. Unless
there's abilities where you can untap your lands. Okay,
Okay, and then once you start your next turn, then you untap all your cards unless it specifies that it does not. Okay. Now, all right, so that's our lands. So we have two different lands there. Hopefully we get that on. Yeah, okay, showing up. There is a terrible glare because of these sleeves, unfortunately, but it is what it is. All right, then we have creatures here. So we have a couple different creatures here.
Okay.
So these are just old normal dinosaur creatures. And I noticed that like usually the commander is a legendary creature. So, like, how do you choose? Like, that's what I want to know is how do you choose a creature for being your commander?
It just preference, whatever.
There's nothing special ability or something, or does it have to be? But it has to be a legendary creature, right? Or?
No, it doesn't have to be. No, it doesn't. They don't have to be. A lot of people choose to because they're.
Are they more powerful than a regular creature?
No, usually? You look at that. It's a 4/4, right? But this is not a legendary, but it's a 5/5.
Touche.
So it all depending on how you want to build your deck.
Okay.
This is a pre-made deck, so they give you certain ones, and those are the ones you can choose there. Or other ones, if you're making your own deck, you can whatever you want. You don't have to be a legendary, but you can. I've seen people build artifact decks, and they're not legendary, but they're pretty powerful. So,
okay. Is that just a deck that's just of mostly artifacts then,
or whatever? Artifact deck is mainly just all artifact, and there's some lands in there to get to whatever stuff like that. But yeah.
Well, don't you have to have creatures to fight and stuff? Or?
Well, there's artifacts that are creatures.
Yeah, because I've seen artifact creatures. Yep. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, there's artifact creatures, and there's also there's things that are artifacts that you have to pay into it in order to become a creature.
Okay.
So yeah, otherwise it's a plain old artifact.
Yeah, because there's a legendary. Oh wow, that's a 9/9.
Yeah, but look at the cost, 9 to bring out. So pretty powerful. Yeah. So now looking at these different cards, this one is just like a regular. Mm-hmm. So it has your ability, whatever it is, it tells you what it does. Majority of the cards that when you bring them out when you cast them on your first turn, you cannot attack with them that turn because they have what's called summoning sickness.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Unless there's a card that says haste, then you can use that card right away because it has haste, meaning you can use it to attack with.
I was hoping one of these had it, but
There maybe if you look through your deck.
I'm sure there is.
And then, yeah.
This is what you're referring to is like, yeah, this vigilance
It would
and
say,
reach.
hey, in that reach. So vigilance means when you're attacking somebody, you actually have to tap it, otherwise turning it sideways, in order to attack. But vigilance means you do not have to tap it. It stays untapped. So therefore, next turn, someone goes to attack you, you can still use that creature to block.
Okay.
Because if you have no creatures to block with, or choose not to block that attack, it'll go directly to the player's health total.
Okay, because when I play I'm going off of like 1 or 2 games. When we attacked, I remember you pointed the creatures towards a person you're
Yes,
attacking.
that's tapping. Yeah.
Oh, so that's still tapping.
It's called tapping. Yeah.
Okay.
Some people just lightly tap it, or some people like to turn it sideways. It depends. Yeah, but that means you tap. But vigilance, you don't have to attack. You can still attack, but not tap.
What's reach then?
Reach is if someone attacks you with a flying creature, and you don't have a flying creature, the damage goes straight through. But if you have reach, that means this one you're able to block a creature that has flying.
Okay. Oh,
Is reach.
That's
Yep.
actually really.
And then
because that's how I kind of
yeah.
related it when I played was almost like creatures were like pawns in chess, basically.
yeah,
And we're like you kind of send them off to block and attack and stuff like that.
yeah.
And I'm well, obviously there's more powerful creatures and
Right.
stuff like that.
And then you got trample, which you're attacking for 5,
Yeah.
and let's say you block with this guy, which is a 3/3. Well, he's a 5/5. So you block with this, that means this guy dies. It goes to your graveyard.
Yep.
No longer in play. But then, since he's a 5, 2 damage, unless you choose to block with something else. If you have nothing else to block with, then that extra 2 damage goes directly to the player's hit.
Okay.
Your damage, your life total.
Okay. And just so everyone knows, like we are gonna go, like I am gonna make another video going over like what the graveyard is and what all that is.
Okay.
So
And then you have cards like this,
here's a sorcery, yeah.
are sorceries. They can only be played during that player's turn.
So these would be considered non-permanent then.
They're non-permanent, yes.
Okay.
So sorceries can only be played during your turn.
And I have an enchantment here.
Okay, enchantments. Well, enchantments are different things. Like those are just give you abilities. Like at the beginning of your upkeep, which means untap, upkeep. Upkeep is before you draw. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
So this one here will say, reveal the top card of your library. So it means you show everybody their top card. If it's a creature card that shares a creature type with a creature that you control, meaning is on the battlefield face up, then you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If you don't cast it, then it's put on the bottom of your library.
Okay.
And then let's just see. Then
So we have an instant now.
okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so instance meaning you can play at any point during, even if it's not your turn. It kind of like this one here. Destroy a target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. So let's say they have this guy out, which is your 9/9. They cast this. You're like, you play that. I have this. I'm like, nope, sorry. He's destroyed. It's now a 3/3 green elephant. So I just destroyed your 9/9 and it becomes a 3/3. So therefore, this card is actually goes into the graveyard, and then you'll have a token that says we had a green elephant in place of that.
Okay.
Or you can have cards where instance like you can, stuff like that. Other instance like can destroy enchantments or what's called an ability called Peripherate.
Okay.
Meaning you put a +1/+1 counter on it or stuff like that.
And that's some of the parts I guess confusing for me is when you
Right.
put +1s and all that.
Yes.
If we were in Germany, I'd be thinking you kept on telling me no.
Or even like some different lands you have that you can tap to add 2 mana, 2 colorless to your pool. meaning you can just add whatever type of mana you like, kind of thing.
Oh.
If you control certain amount of lands. And this one says, add 2 mana, activate only if you control 5 or more lands. So you can't use this card if you don't have 5 lands.
So, if I have 5 down, does this one card act as 2 manas?
No.
Or do I actually grab them?
If you have 5 lands down, even including this one, because it counts as a land,
Yeah.
then you can actually tap this card for 2 mana.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's nothing. It doesn't act as a
land.
land.
What I'm trying to figure out is, on this part is, if you tap that, does this card act as 2 manas, or do you actually have to go through your deck and find 2 manas?
Colorless.
Okay.
No, this acts as 2 mana.
Okay, you just kind of announce it to everyone what it is?
Add 2 colorless.
Okay,
so if you're wanting to bring out...
I see, okay.
You're wanting to bring out this card, but then you do have 5 green, but you don't have this way. Well, okay, you've already used all your mana, but you have a forest down, but you've used all your other mana.
Okay.
So you have nothing else. But you control 5 lands, but those other 4 lands are tapped. So then you tap this, which you get your 2 mana, therefore you can bring out that 2.
Nice. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
That sounds okay. Cool.
And then
play God.
Yes. Yeah, or there's some here. There's another card, another instant. Choose 1. Destroy cards or draw cards. I can't read it because your hand's noise.
Oh, sorry.
It says draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. So this is a dinosaur deck, so whatever greatest power. So say you had this card, the greatest power is 9. So therefore you're drawing 9 cards. Or you can do non-human creature you control, get +3/+3 until the end of turn.
So he would be like 12/12?
So he's a non-human. So then, yeah, he would be a 12/12 until the end of your turn. And then once your turn's over, it now goes down to a 9/9 because that only lasts for 1 turn.
That is the power of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And I got an artifact here.
Okay, an artifact. This one here is at the beginning of your upkeep, so after you untap, before you draw, scry 1. What scrying means is you look yourself, just look at the top card of your library, show no one else. And you can decide, okay, it's a land, I need that. Or, nah, I don't really want that card. It goes on the bottom of your library.
Okay.
And then, whenever you cast a creature spell, you may pay a forest. If you do, draw a card. So in essential, you're paying a forest to pick up another card if you want. If you said if you cast a creature, you may pay a forest, so tapping it and drawing a card.
Okay.
Yeah, but mind you, you can only have 7 cards in your hand at the end of your turn. If you have more than 7, you have to discard into the graveyard down to 7 cards. Unless you have a card in your hand, which there are 2 cards, I believe, that you can get that says no maximum hand size. So that means you can have as many cards in your hand as you want. You don't have to discard.
And was that like a permanent? So like you just keep it on?
Yeah, it's one's called Reliquary Tower.
Okay.
Things like that.
So basically, permanent is ones that stay on the board after each turn, and a non-permanent ends after your turn, right? Or basically when your turn's over.
Okay, say that again.
So like a permanent stays on your board, and then a non-permanent is done after your turn, right?
Well, non-permanent is like instant sorcery. So
Yeah.
let's go with it. Yeah.
So once you use them, they're spent. You put them in your graveyard. They're done.
Another land card, which is interesting, is this one here. It comes tapped, so you can't use it. It's sideways. But you can either add a forest, a mountain, or a plain. You can choose which one you want to. And otherwise, sometimes you just add only one. But this one you can choose what you want to use.
But and then like these special lands that are like that, like you can play them anytime.
Well, on your turn you're allowed to play 1, and there's certain cards you can play 2 if there's certain abilities.
Yeah, but like
normally you play
that
1.
You can choose either this one or that one kind of thing. Like doesn't matter. Like you don't have to have a certain amount to use these or anything.
Yeah.
Or
And then you have cards like that. Normally you can play 1 land per turn.
yeah.
But you play a sorcery. This card here.
Oh,
Search your library for up to 2 or more, or up to 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped. So therefore, you're playing 3 land per turn, but you can't use those lands this turn. Or sometimes you have cards that'll say, search the library for 2 lands, put one on the battlefield, and put one in your hand. So that means you always have one to play, because if you don't have a land during your turn, it's bad. You always want to have a land to play a turn. Otherwise, you can get messed up when you're trying to play certain cards. You have no mana, and you can't play your cards to actually bring out creatures and stuff like that.
Seems like a lot of strategy in this game for sure.
Oh, definitely.
It's funny because this would confuse me, but also kind of made me interested in playing the game further. Is like,
yeah,
it's not just like how like there's a strategy in there, but there's also politics, or like other players can like combine together and go against you, or vice versa and stuff like that. And there's like, it just seems like you'll never play the same game twice, kind of thing. Like,
no, it's always it's all on the draw of the cards. Sometimes you might have a good hand, you might have a bad hand. Another card here, another artifact card. When this card enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. So in this case, you're playing a dinosaur deck, you'd choose dinosaurs. You can tap to add a mana of any color, or you can tap it. The next spell of the chosen type you cast this turn can be cast as though it had flash. Now, flash is you can actually flash in a card on not even your turn. It's called flash, meaning you can cast in a creature. If you got the mana, you can cast it in and bring it in at the same turn, so you can use it as a blocker.
So like there's 6 people playing, and there's the guy on the other side is his turn. I can just play that?
And yeah, you have a card that's set, and yeah, you want to bring it in and cast it as a flash, meaning you could bring in, if you have 9 mana, you could bang, I'll bring in my 9/9. And that way, if someone, and then another player attacks you, bang, and they attack you for 8, well, bang. You will actually, they will destroy their creature, but yet you survive.
Okay.
Kind of thing like that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
This game is just this is an insane game.
Yeah.
With like.
Okay, and then another one here, you have what's called Enrage.
Okay, yeah.
So whenever this is the dinosaurs, whenever this belling Ixalan is dealt damage, put a +1/+1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Okay. So whenever this guy takes damage, you're putting a +1/+1 counter on another creature, on each other creature. So you have like 6 creatures in play. He gets damaged, you're putting a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. So he becomes a 10/10. This guy will become a 6/6. You might have, and then, other cards, 10/10. If you have this card out, 10/10, he becomes an 11/11. Wow. Stuff like that.
And what kind of card is that? That's a creature that did that?
It's a creature, yeah. It's called Enrage.
Okay. Is that the... No, Trample is the one that...
Yeah, Trample is where you damage goes through. Now, whenever this card here, Dinosaur Beast, whenever one or more creatures you control with Trample deal combat damage to a player. Combat damage to a player is where I attack somebody and either they have no creatures to block with, or they choose not to block because they don't want to destroy their only creature that's good to attack the other.
Oh, so they'll just let it go through.
They let it go through. Then that means it says create an XX green dinosaur beast creature token with trample, where X is the amount of damage those creatures dealt to that player.
Okay.
So one or more creatures. So you can attack, like, let's say I'm attacking with my 9/9, this 10/10, and so that is, now I'm dealing you with 19 damage and you're not taking it. Or that you can't take it or you choose not to take it. So that means I create a 1919 green dinosaur creature with trample.
Okay.
So that means, yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, hey, this card I'm looking for. Haste.
Ah, there we go.
Haste, meaning as soon as you play it, you can actually immediately attack with it that turn.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's an ability, target creature you control fights another creature, target creature, the ability can cost 2 less to activate if it targets 2 creatures you control. If it targets 2 creatures you control. If a creature you control being dealt damage causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, the ability triggers an additional time. So that means trigger, meaning like you're attacking something and an ability goes off, which is usually their abilities that are tapping like that. Or let's say the Enrage. You're attacking and it's dealt damage, that's an ability. So it triggers it a second time, so you can put another +1/+1 counter on each of your creatures. So become even more powerful.
And just so everyone knows, so like, I'm trying to remember this because this is the one I'm gonna always forget. So we have the 10-10. That's your attack and your health. What's the
your first number is your power. That's what you're attacking with.
Okay.
Your second number is your
how much
defense.
you can take.
Is how much damage you take before that creature dies.
So it's always attack then health, basically.
Attack and defense. Yeah, attack and defense.
Okay.
Yeah. Power or toughness. It's called power and toughness.
Yeah. That's the better word.
Yep. And then this card here is, as it has flying.
Okay, yeah, I was going to show that this one too, but yeah, no, you found one.
Yeah, this one is all bunch of flying, which means unless someone has reach or another flyer, the damage will automatically go through to the player.
Okay.
Player's health.
And you can choose, like, whatever creature you have on your mat, like, you can choose which one you want to block with. Like,
right.
It's not like there's one designated for blocking only.
No, you can use whatever, but if I had you flying, you don't have a flyer or a reach card, a creature that was reach, it automatically goes through. But this is different because this card has another thing. Double strike.
Ooh.
So
vigilance.
that means I'm attacking you for a 10-10. Before it go to block, his attack goes through first. If you actually able to block that creature dies. If not, it actually dies before you do damage, and then whatever if you have trample, then it carries through.
Okay.
Vigilance, meaning this you don't have to tap it to attack. Trample, like I just said. Trample with extra damage, even though your creature dies, attack you for 10. You block with whatever you were to block, say with a 5/5 creature.
Yeah.
That means 5 damage still goes through to the player. Indestructible. Meaning someone attacks with you, I block with this, and he attacks with, say he has another 10-10. He only has 8 toughness. But he does not die because he's indestructible.
So
meaning you can't die.
There's no way of destroying that unless you
unless you have an instant or sorcery that says destroy target creature or stuff like that. Then that would override it.
Interesting.
Okay, now this is a different ability here. Myriad. Whenever this creature attacks, I'm kind of making sure. Yeah, it's on the count here. Whenever the creature attacks for each other opponent other than the defending player, you may create a token of a copy. That's a copy of this creature that's tapped and attacking that player, or a planeswalker, which I don't know if there's planeswalkers in this, but I'll get to later. They control and exile the token at the end of the combat. So you're like, creature attack each opponent other than the defending player. So yeah, you have multiple targets, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna send my 10-10 at say John. I'm gonna send my 3-5 at Sally, and then so that means I get to make a copy of that one creature, and it's attacking as well, so I can have additional attacks. That's what that is.
And it's got 3 dinosaur heads attacking a boat. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That boat messed up.
Now that I am not quite sure because I'll have to look into what that means.
What's that?
It's called Ascend. If you control 10 or more permanents, you get the city's blessing for the rest of the game, which I'm not sure what that is. It says you may play an additional land on each of your turns. So you can play 2 lands on each turn instead of just 1.
Oh, okay.
And then when this guy can't attack or block unless you have the city's blessing. He's a 5/5, so he's pretty much just a card that just sits there. But if you have city's blessing, which means you have 10 or more permanents, which means creature, lands, artifact, things like that, those are permanents.
Oh, okay.
Or enchantments, those are permanents. So you have 10 or more, you get the city's blessing. So therefore you have 10 permanents or more, then he can attack.
You don't need the Pope to come here and bless it.
Yeah. If this, oh, here's another one. If a source would deal damage to another dinosaur you control, prevent all but one of that damage. So I'm actually, so a damage is getting 4 damage to me, to a dinosaur. That means I only take 3 of it. So or all but 1, meaning I take only 1.
Okay.
Prevent all damage but 1, so I'm only taking 1 damage.
Okay.
So that's if I'm understanding that correctly. And then, okay, and yeah, I'm not quite sure about that, but
So then the whole, because I haven't found one yet in here. Was it artifact creature is the one that I think that we're.
oh well, I can always see that.
I kind of went through these and I don't think I've seen one, but I don't think this one has any artifact creatures.
Maybe not.
But so or is it enchantment creatures or an artifact creature, or they're both?
No, I think they're just artifact creatures, I believe.
And then so then that could be played as a creature or an artifact then?
Well,
or?
it's an artifact unless I'd have to see the card in order to do it.
Okay.
I'm just kind of.
Yeah. Well, luckily these don't have to be in any particular order.
Right.
Yeah, these are all creatures, human creatures, dinosaurs.
Yeah. And sometimes you have lands that say when this enters in tapped or untapped, whatever, gain a life. Or some lands say when you use it for mana, you lose a life.
Okay.
It's a cost for like using it.
Do you just get like a heavier attack for doing that, or?
No, it just using that mana.
Yeah.
It actually costs you a life.
Oh.
And then another dinosaur. This spell can't be countered, meaning you have like count as counter spell.
Yeah.
Meaning, oh no, you can't play that card. Well, this card says it can't be countered. I mean, I can't play it no matter what you say. What?
So our overhead has stopped because the maximum recording time has been reached. I have to figure that out in the settings. Stupid Canon camera. It just means I have to hop up there and hit record, but we're almost out of time anyways.
But this card here is protection from blue. So anybody attacks you with blue, no damage goes through because they can't attack with blue.
Oh,
2 cards, yep. More than even that one too. Other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1, and I can pay 6, and I create a 3/3 green dinosaur with trample.
I hope there's enough land cards to play some of these.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. There is. Yeah.
Like that. This one right here, it's like you need like 9 mana. I'm like,
oh yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Basic land, and all that. Thriving lands. Like yeah, there's a lot. Rogue's Passage.
So what's the most powerful card you've seen for like health and like that's got attack and toughness? Like.
So, well, the most powerful card that I've seen in playing Magic. Oh, another thing card is there's an artifact here. One thing I'll say, but this way is your Soul Ring.
Okay.
How much cost? 1 mana to bring it out.
Yeah.
But look how much you can tap it for.
2.
Now, you can do this way. If you have this in your hand, let's say you have that in your hand.
Oh, I see,
Yeah, you have that in your hand and you have this forest. You have these both in your hand. So what you do is you play your forest for your land.
Yeah.
For your turn. And then you tap that, play Soul Ring, and you get 2 lands. So actually that's...
Okay, and that's the trick to getting like something like that kind of down.
Yeah, you got 2. So yeah. Like there's a bunch, and there's certain cards in here you can do is... or here, this card. Whenever this guy attacks, deals 1 damage to any target. It can be a player, or it could be another creature. He can have like a token, 1/1 token. Oh, that token's dead. Or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if any of these, if this actually has any artifact features in my deck. Or other cards in my thing that's lifelink, which means whenever I attack, I gain that much health. So if I attack you with if a creature is a 10/10, I have lifelink, that means I gain 10 health whenever I attack.
Yeah.
See this one. This deck is mono white, all white deck, just one color. Oh yeah, this is.
Yeah.
That's all yours. Yep. The other thing is artifact equipment.
Oh, yes.
Okay? Now, whenever a equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and equip it too. But sometimes you have cards where, as soon as you play it, you can automatically equip it to a creature. Otherwise, you got to pay for it.
Okay, yeah, because I've done that with the game I played, where like
lightning greaves.
Yeah, and I had like
swifted boots.
That was the only issue. The guys were helping me, but like. I done it because I had no idea why I had a creature with like 3 different cards on them that turned him like this super powerful creature.
Oh yeah, you can have multiple things on it as we want. Yeah.
It was kind of funny because all the guys were giving me the advice of how to play and stuff like that, and then didn't realize that they gave me like this like
this one here
playmat
pretty,
like
this
that's
is
undefeatable.
Pretty cool. Yep. This is pretty cool here. Exile target creature with power of 4 or greater. So I played this. You're playing your Dinosaur deck.
Yeah.
I'm playing this deck. Oh, you have your 10/10 out. Oh no, thank you. It's in the graveyard. I just destroyed it. Or exiled. Exile. Exile means removed from the game.
Exile. And that's okay.
Exile means it's removed from the game.
And
unless you have cards that say like your different words like Cascade.
Yeah.
Where you play cards and then there's something like that, or certain cards say this card's exiled until this card leaves the battlefield. So all the cards, let's say this had that. Like say this had the ability. X card opponent's cards until this creature leaves the battlefield. So that means all your exiled cards are like this underneath this card. So when this creature dies, those cards are actually brought back into the game, back in the player's turn.
And then this is what you'd use for getting rid of that indestructible one, right?
Yeah, you target creature. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that. Yep. See flying and lifelink, meaning creatures in the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger.
Okay.
So I can negate people's triggers. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the time we're gonna have because the top camera is no longer functioning right now for being stupid.
Yeah, that's fine.
But next time we do a video, we're gonna be doing we're gonna play a little mini game, kind of show where things go, explain things a little better, what it means, show what it means to tap a card, show what it means to like go and put what the graveyard is, what the commander does, and all that. Where
and then I'd have to look up some other ones in here, like there's hexproof, which means it can't be hexproof, so it can't be target of spells.
Okay.
If I would gain life, I add an extra life. I get +1 life instead. So if I could gain 2 life, that means I get 3 life. I gain 3 life, kind of thing. Stuff like that.
Hopefully that's a bit of an explanation.
Pacifism, enchanted creature.
Yeah.
So I put this on somebody else. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. It's like you're putting a pacifier in a baby's mouth. They can't.
Okay.
Like they can't make any noise because there's something in their mouth. Well, the same thing is you're preventing them from attacking or blocking.
Oh, okay.
Things like that.
That's pretty much all.
Cycling, where you pay 2 mana and you can discard this card, discard this land, and draw a card.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's going to be all the time we're going to give that. But so join us next time. We're going to probably play a little more of a mini game and stuff. We're going to get a little more into what these cards mean and everything, and what they do, and how to play them and everything. And hopefully keep learning and get more involved with Magic. We should be getting more Magic cards in very shortly, so keep track of our store. That's pretty much it. All right.